Hello, you're listening to an episode of the Daily Riff, the official podcast for the Discord community Riff-Off. If you're not currently a member of our server, we humbly invite you here. Just click on the link in the description to visit. While you're here, we'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel to support our content. With high regards, we thank you. Enjoy the show! Good morning, people of Riff-Off. My name is Slick Hicks. Today's Wednesday, the 4th of February, 2026, and you're listening to the 122nd episode of the Daily Riff. We're very pleased to have you back with us in Studio 426, and since it's Wednesday, I thought we'd briefly discuss a little fact about the day that some Americans refer to as Hump Day. Have you ever wondered why we call it that? I used to think that it had something to do with a camel's hump, oddly enough. Don't know where I got that from, because it's not even close to the nickname's true origins. According to a 2018 article on thefactsite.com, what we a hump day is called that simply because it's the middle of the working week, and therefore, to many, it's the herald of the fast-approaching weekend. It's kind of like climbing and descending a grassy hillside or a tall mountain. We start climbing on Monday, we get a little bit closer to the top on Tuesday, and then by the time good old Wednesday rolls around, we're at the top. Now, we still have to get back home from the journey, of course, but as we all know by common sense, going down is always less work than going up, and it's exactly the same for the work week. Thursday and Friday always feel easier than the other 3 days, don't they? Of course they do. Of course, admit it. You agree with me. So the next time you call Wednesday Hump Day, remember this little lesson that we taught you. Hopefully it made your day a little bit brighter. Here are your morning headlines. An impressive invention by scientists and engineers has been made for the use of recording and replaying your dreams. Can you believe how advanced technology is becoming? It's really quite remarkable if you think about it. The developers of this amazing creation believe that it is the next step to new discoveries in neuroscience and might even let you relive some of your best sheep counting moments. Interesting choice of words, Slick Hicks. Would you be interested in this fascinating piece of machinery? Tell us in the comments. Now, a simple staple of upcoming relationships could be less common than you think. According to a study by the user Pubity, that is Pubity, on Instagram, approximately 69% of people have never actually took the time to handwrite a love letter to their relationship interest. How interesting. Funnily enough, promotion material for the 6th season of the show Outlander, premiering on March 6th, by the way, has stated that a good many people outside of their broadcast channel have also not done something like this. Maybe you guys that are listening today should try doing some of this sort of thing pretty soon with Valentine's Day coming around the corner. Who knows? You might even impress someone. Now for our first sideshow of the day, and it's enough to make you laugh, cry, and smile all at the same time. It's time for today's edition of Carrie's Corny Jokes. Take it away, Carrie.
Hello, beautiful people of Riff-Off. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be. Alrighty, today I got 2 jokes for you guys today, and both of them are from me, your host, Gary. Well, I mean, I'm not the host of the Daily Riff, but I do host this segment, so close enough. Alright, but if you want to send in jokes and be featured on Carrie's Corny Jokes, with credit of course, then please send in jokes in the Riff-Off community server under the category Community, where there you will find at the bottom Riff Studios Hub. There you may suggest any kind of PG-13 inappropriate joke you may have in Carrie's Corny Jokes. It's in the forum, I swear. Alrighty, and then you may also suggest jokes for other people in the Daily Riff. We got a lot of segments here and a lot of creativity going around, so please suggest some things to them. Alright, now on to the jokes. First one is, what do you call a pile of cats? A meowton. Hopefully I said that correctly, but you guys know what I mean. I know you guys do. Come on, I know. All right. As in the final joke I have for you guys today, pretty short today, is why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. You guys get it? You get it? I hope you do. All right, and that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you, and I'm handing the mic back to you, Slick Hicks.
Thank you to Carrie, the queen of laughter herself, for that hilarious episode of her sideshow. As she said, you can suggest jokes of your own to be featured on the Daily Riff as well by going to her special thread in the Riff Studios forum. Now, guys, since we don't have any events today, we're going to go and move towards today's advertisement break brought to you by Riff Studios. We'll be right back in just a moment, so don't go anywhere.
This event is sponsored by Riff-Off's very own open mic event, a chill, no-pressure event where the spotlight is shared and everyone has a chance to shine.
It's not a contest, it's not a competition, it's a queue, a lineup of voices, each bringing something different. A favorite song, a brave first try, or that one melody that you've been humming in the back of your mind all week.
And if the song can't wait to be sang, you can use a golden ticket to skip the wait.
Just for sharing your voice, you'll get 250 Riff coins and 2,000 XP, simply because your voice has value here.
So step up and take the mic. You don't need to be the best, you just need to be your best.
We'll be listening. Good luck!
Thank you very much to the advertisement department of Riff Studios for that incredible ad. One of my favorites, actually. I just love the vibe of our open mic ad, which is what you just heard, of course. Now, anyway, welcome back to today's edition of the Daily Riff. My name is Slick Hicks. Today's performance board arrives from a fairly new member of our community, and their name is Jax. Well, what a name. Listen as they perform Sports Car by Tate McRae. Hit it!
Hey Eugene, take mine off me. Oh golly gee, I can't take no more, I'm going weak in my knees. Where'd you put those keys? We can share one seat, we can share one seat. In the hurry in the back, in the center of this room, with the windows look down. Boy, don't make me choose. In the hurry in the back, in the center of this room, with the windows rolled down. Boy, don't make me choose. I think you wanna this is. I think you wanna boy, you ain't got no misses. I bet you got a sports car. We can in it. Now you drive it real far. Yeah, you know what this is. Yeah, you know what this is. Pretty blue street lights, my hazel eyes. Hit if you feel right. We could go again like different times. Hold me tight. Got butterflies. So good it hurts. Think about what we did before this burst. In the corner of my bed, or maybe on the beach. You could do it on your own. When you're looking at me, I think you know what this is. I think you wanna, boy, you ain't got no misses. I'll bet you got a sports car. We can, in it. While you drive it real far. Yeah, you know what this is. Yeah, you know what this is. I think you know what this is. I think you wanna, boy, you ain't got no misses. I bet you got a sport car. We can, in it. While you drive it real far. Yeah, you know what this is. Yeah, you know what this is. Oh my God, you don't wanna waste my time. Let's go right, let's go right. Oh my God, you don't wanna waste my time. Let's go right, let's go right.
And there you have it, folks. That was a cover of Sports Car by Tate McRae, performed by the apparently incredibly talented Jax First time on the show, and I'm already in love with them, or at least their voice. Remember to send us in your very own cover in audio form only in the performance submissions thread in the Riff Studios forum for your chance to be featured. Now for our second sideshow of the day, and we know him, we all love him when we can't get enough of him or his interesting hyperfixation topics. It's time for today's edition of Ash's Junk Drawer. Take it away, Ash.
Howdy, this is Ash speaking. Welcome to the junk drawer, though this is a magical junk drawer. Mary Poppins' bag has nothing on us. Today we've got a new suggestion in the Riff Studios hub. Make sure you check it out at the bottom of Riff-Off and click on the post for Ash's Junk Drawer to submit your ideas. It looks like today on this Monday, Ari has managed her way into the drawer. Ooh, she left seashells. I love seashells. What's cool is that humans have been tracked back making jewelry out of shells over 100,000 years ago. This was in Africa and the Middle East. Shells were traded far inland, showing early trade networks. Cowrie shells, found thousands of miles away from the coast, proved that they were valuable well beyond the beaches from where they came. In many ancient cultures, shells symbolized fertility, life, and the ocean's power. The spiral shape, in particular, was seen as mythical. Cowrie shells had actually functioned as currency for centuries in Africa, South Asia, and China. They were durable, recognizable, and hard to counterfeit. In China, cowries were so important that the early Chinese characters for money were based on shell shapes. Imagine typing with shells. That would look so sick. Europeans, unfortunately, later exploited this system during the colonial trade, shipping massive quantities of shells to use as money in Africa. Ancient Romans actually collected exotic shells as luxury items and used them in jewelry, mosaics, and architecture. During the Middle Ages, shells, especially scallop shells, became religious symbols. Pilgrims to Santiago de Compostela wore scallop shells as proof of their journey. Hang on tight, because we've got a few more eras to explore. Wealthy Europeans in the 1500s to 1700s kept cabinets of curiosity filled with shells, fossils, and oddities. Shells were prized because of their intricate geometry. Seashell collecting helped kickstart modern taxonomy. Scientists like Carl Linnaeus used shells to classify species and develop early biological systems. The 19th century saw full-on seashell crazes. Middle and upper-class Victorians collected shells obsessively. Shells were used in decorative art such as mirrors and boxes. In today's world, seashell collecting is more regulated. Many beaches and marine parks limit or ban shell collecting to protect ecosystems. Shells remain important to so many sciences like marine biology and archaeology to help researchers understand past ocean conditions. Fun facts, every shell is math flex. Many shells go in logarithmic spirals, meaning they keep the same shape as they get bigger. Nature really said geometry, but make it pretty. Some shells are even older than dinosaurs. The basic shell design has been found for over 500 million years. Oh my god, that's a long time. That's almost as old as Slick. Shell collectors are basically holding ancient engineering, and if you find a shell rare enough, it can be worth thousands. The glory of the sea cone shell was once considered almost mythical. Fewer than 100 were known for years, and collectors paid serious money for them. Not all shells actually come from the ocean. Rivers, lakes, and even deserts have shells. Some fossilized, some from freshwater snails and clams. Certain species only live in specific regions, so experienced collectors can typically identify the beach they're on by just the shells on it. When you hear the ocean in a shell, you're actually hearing the amplified ambient noise. It's still pretty magical though, and while I would love to tell you so much more, it appears as though we've run out of time. Time to close the drawer for today. Hopefully, next time, on Wednesday, I'll see you back here to find some treasure amongst Ash's junk drawer once again.
Ash, I heard that. Anyway, thank you, Ash. Boy, do you have a lot in that magical drawer of yours. Remember to suggest topics for Ash to discuss on our show by visiting his thread in the Riff Studios forum. And there we go. I was kind of wondering when that doorbell was going to ring. Today's daily code word is !round of roulette. That is !round of roulette. That is ROUNDOFROULETTE. Enter that into the bot center for your daily Slick token that grants you 1,500 XP and 1,000 Riff coins. Boy, was that a long code word. Anyway, moving on. And with that, we have come to the conclusion of yet another episode of the Daily Riff. We thank you for joining us and spending time. And until next time, I am your stunning, stupendous host, Slick Cakes, reminding you to stay safe, smart, and sensible. Enjoy Mika tomorrow, guys. Goodbye.